Hello guys, my name is Evelyn. I'm 28 years old and I have been trading professionally for more than 4 years. My win rate is over 86.6% and a year ago, the total amount in my bank account was over $1 million. However, the laws of the universe say that the more you get, the more you have to give to others. That is why I decided to make a special video for you. I release a lot of videos about strategies and learning trading. I personally run a Telegram channel where I share my trading signals and help my subscribers earn more money on binary options. By the way, if you are not already subscribed, I'm waiting for you there. The link will be in the description under this video. There will be no trading session today. In this video, I will give you more. I will talk about how I went from $100 to $1 million. How did I manage to do that? What does it take to achieve a similar result or maybe even surpass me? How did I lose $50,000 and almost ended up on the street and then make 20 times as much? I'm going to tell you something I've never told anyone before. And at the end of the video, I will tell you how to enter my raffle for $5,000. To be honest, I started out not in the best of conditions. My parents moved to a small town on the outskirts of the Czech Republic before the birth of me. 6 months later, I was born. There were 2 of us in the family, myself and my older sister Lisa. My parents always tried to give us the best, but unfortunately, they did not always succeed. When I was about 13 years old, I realized for the first time that we lived poorer than others. My classmates found out that my clothes were from secondhand and started laughing at me. And I used to think that everyone buys things from these stores. When I visited my friend's place, I felt life difference like never before. My friend's apartment was more spacious. The renovation was much better. Even the food at her apartment was so much tastier than mine. She also had a computer, a real dream of my childhood. At that time at home I had only a small desk, which we shared with Lisa, and an old TV set on which my mother watched soap operas in the evenings. My parents were not skilled laborers, and they were also immigrants. My parents could not get good jobs, so I had to take almost any kind of income, but there was barely enough money for food and some clothes. We moved around a lot, and I lost so many friends that I don't remember most of them anymore. But my father always told me that he would do anything to make our lives better than his. He would disappear to 2 jobs and save money for our educations. My father's dream was that my sister and I would get an education and find good, well-paying jobs. And I tried to study well all my life because I understood what a high price my parents were paying for it. I ended up going to university to study finance. I still remember the sleepless nights before exams and that perpetual stress. While others were out partying, I was buried in books, because the last thing I wanted was to let my family down, especially my father, who was still sparing himself several jobs, so that my sister and I could go to university. As a result, I graduated from the university and even received a diploma with honors. And a week later, I started looking for a job. My first disappointment was that the diploma does not guarantee you anything. I had 2-3 interviews at a time, but almost no one would call me back. I needed experience, which I couldn't get anywhere at all. On top of that, I was offered much less money, and many of the invitations were for unpaid internships. Meanwhile, I simply could not afford to go home without money. Finally, when there was little hope left, I was offered a job as an assistant financer at a construction company. The first few months seemed like heaven for me. I rented a place to live and I quickly got used to the work. However, my mood was changing quite quickly. So after 6 months, I realized that my dream was radically different from my father's. I was devoted to myself all my childhood and adolescence. I grew up completely free, and when after 5 years of training I found myself in an office, I realized that I was not ready to live like that all my life. Nobody offered me any particular opportunities. I had little free time, and my salary was practically disappearing after all the bills had been paid. Yes, I had moved up a notch above my parents, and I was grateful to them. But I could not even thank them, give them something for the efforts they had made to make sure I was doing well. I thought every morning, is this really what I studied so hard for? And after a few months of office work, I realized that I needed to look for something completely different, something that would give me more freedom and at the same time allow me to make good money. Then I started looking for part-time jobs and online earning options. I even tried to find some kind of online work, but I quickly realized that it was the same office, total control of all activities, and constant calls from supervisors. And then I first turned my attention to the stock market and stock trading. I found a video on YouTube where an American trader earned $1,000 per session. This was my monthly salary. Over the next week, I saw a lot of videos on YouTube where successful traders made hundreds of thousands of dollars without leaving home. Then I really wanted to become a professional trader. I even saved up a small sum and took some paid courses which gave me the basic knowledge necessary for trading. However, the problem was that I never learned how to trade. During that time, I was trying to engage in long-term investing and I was pretty good at it. By investing a total of $1,000 in stocks, I was able to earn $200 in a few months. That's a good result, but only if your initial deposit is 100 times bigger. Indeed, the results of other traders looked much more impressive. I kept asking myself, why am I worse than them? And why do I continue to live in a perpetual cycle, working 12 hours a day and making such small profits? Then I started trading more actively. I made quick trades for 1 or 2 days using big leverage. As you can guess, I ended up just losing my entire deposit. I replenished my balance several times, but the result was the same. That was the first blow for me. I was no longer able to work and trade at the same time. However, I could not leave my job with stable earnings either. Over the course of 2019, I went out with friends several times. I hardly had any days off, and there was nothing to talk about my personal life at all. After all, I understood that my financial independence was at stake for the rest of my life. However, the real problem for me was the lockdown in 2020. First, I was transferred to a remote job, and a little later, I was hit with layoffs. It was a watershed moment for me, and I could have quit trading and kept trying to get a regular job. But knowing that earning money in trading was real and having put so much effort into it, I decided to keep on developing my skills in trading. It was a crazy time in my life. I was totally immersed in the intraday trading on the stock market. I read a huge variety of books and searched the whole internet for tutorials. At the same time, I was trying to apply all this theoretical knowledge in practice. I was testing different strategies one by one, supplementing and enhancing them. From long trades, I switched to scalping. These are very fast trades which can last for several minutes, and I made about 100 of such trades every day. Eventually, the number of successful trades was much higher than the number of unsuccessful ones. Anyway, I was not able to reach high level of profitability because every successful trade was giving only some percent of profit. So I understood that in order to earn more, I had to increase my turnover. But how could I do that? If at that moment my income from trading was only a couple $100 a week, the circle was closed. I had to think of something to overcome this barrier. Then I found out about binary options trading. It was an incredible discovery. All the trading mechanics remained the same, and the same fast trades started bringing me huge profits. Binary options trading became my main source of income. It allowed me to increase my fortune several times in no time. It quickly turned my head. The taste of fast money is sweet, so I started trading like crazy. I had no goal. I just wanted to make a lot of money. I believed in myself so much that I stopped analyzing the market before trading. I started neglecting the key rules of trading, and my passion and emotions got me better of me more and more. As you can guess, it did not lead to anything good. Gradually, the number of losing trades increased, and I began to lose money abruptly. The record amount I lost in 1 week was $50,000. It was almost all my money. When I saw these figures in my account, I had an emotional breakdown. I asked myself these questions: what am I doing wrong? Why I am not succeeding? I haven't traded for about a week, and I wondered why I was doing that at all. After a lot of thinking, I found the answer to this question: my family and my freedom. That's what it's all about. I realized that through trading, I can take care of myself and my loved ones in this changing world. This is my ultimate goal, not the amount of the money. This thought calmed me down and put me on the right track. I began to learn self-control, engaged in self-development and self-improvement. I read a lot of books to understand why some people think this way and others that way. I could sit in my room all day studying different literature, videos, and articles about people's psychology. I struggled with my fears. And it was a pretty good time because I became a better person than I was. And that's pretty great. So my life began to change slowly. I remember when I decided to get back into binary options trading in a completely different way and deposited only $100. I left all the emotions behind, all the previous ups and downs, and started trading with a minimum deposit all over again. One of the key factors was risk management. I implemented it into my system and stopped risking more than 2 or 4% of my capital. This instantly stabilized my strategy. Before opening any trade, I started to do a deep technical analysis on a trading pair. I started to monitor my emotional state, and if I realized that I was in an unstable emotional state in the beginning of the trading session, I stopped trading. Deep inside, I knew that I was now on the right track and that I should not leave my course. That was causing my trading strategies to become more and more stable and reliable. Month after month, my financial results were increasing, and most importantly, they were stable. As a result, not only have my results improved and my deals became more profitable, but I myself have become much more confident. I believed in myself. I believed in my strength and in my expertise. My balance in about the first 2 months got more than $10,000. This inspired me to work even harder. To be honest, I always thought that there would be a certain turning point when I would wake up with a huge amount in my account. And that moment came, but of course not immediately, but more smoothly. I just kept on earning. My profit size became much higher, and unsuccessful trades were less and less significant. And they almost stopped affecting my capital growth. My income, my trading strategy had almost become a skill and a part of me. And one day, I realized that I already have everything I wanted. I fully provided for my family, and it was not a big deal for me. I easily paid for my sister's school fees and her wedding. I bought a house for both myself and my parents. I've forgotten what it is like driving an old broken-down car or riding a bus, and I haven't looked at the prices in shops for a long time. No matter what I buy, I can afford the best of everything. I have achieved 3 types of freedom. Firstly, freedom of location, which means that I can work from anywhere in the world. I can be in Dubai, Bali, or my hometown. All I need is my computer and the internet. Secondly, freedom of time, which means I can work whenever I want, at any time of the day. I don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning to go to work. I can wake up at 11 and start working relaxed. Third is financial freedom, which is very important. In the worst month, I can make at least $100,000. And with that kind of money, I feel very comfortable. But what else? I thought a lot about what the point of my business is, what else I can do. And one day I realized I can share it with others. This time I didn't have a mentor who would say, do this and stop doing that. So I had to figure out it on my own. What if I simplify this path for others? Would it take away my money and my achievements? Of course not. But will my life become happier, more meaningful if I help others? Definitely yes. So I created my own community where I started to share my experiences, thoughts, and even ready-made strategies and trading signals, so that other people like me could quickly learn the basics in practice and start improving their life. What's next? I keep on trading because I love my business. It has changed me a lot and helps me to change others. My path has not been easy, but it has helped me to become me. With this video, I wanted to show myself my progress and say, girl, you did it, well done. And to show you that everything is real and everything is possible. I'm just like you. and you can have anything you want. And I also wanted to thank you for your support and feedback. Not only do you inspire and motivate me, but you also do a great job of helping more people to see my videos through your activity. That means more people can change their lives. And that's awesome, guys. I would also like to remind you that in the last video, I announced a $5,000 draw for subscribers of my Telegram channel. To win the cash prize, you have to subscribe to my Telegram channel and participate in the draw. The link is in the description below this video. By the way, I run trading sessions every day with my subscribers, and there are already more than 5,000 people in my community. And now it's time to wrap up. I look forward to seeing you on Telegram. Thanks for watching this video. Like this video and write in the comments why are you trading or why you want to start trading. And see you in the next videos.